everybody, welcome to our introduction to the £2 Tuition Hub. My name's Lydia, I'm one of the tutors in the Hub and I'm also lucky enough to run the social pods with the lovely Hannah who's also here as well.
Hello, everybody.
So the aim of our session today is to run you through everything from creating your account, signing up to your first lesson, how to use your dashboard, GCSEs, social pods and beyond. So just a little introduction about the Hub first. So the Hub started and was set up by the lovely Amy, who you can see here on the screen, with her daughter Evie. So Evie was really struggling in school, sort of become a shadow of herself, and eventually Amy decided to deregister her from mainstream. And through home education and through the Hub, Evie really started to thrive again and has actually started going to college, doing a couple of courses, and Amy's got her lovely sparkly daughter back. So this is how the £2 Tuition Hub, the home ed side, came about, was because Amy was really keen to help other families in similar situations. So in the Hub, our aim is to sort of supplement your handcrafted curriculum that you guys are already doing. So lots of you will be following your child's interests with the way that you run your days and the subjects that you study. And we feel that our job is to sort of supplement that and give a helping hand rather than telling you what to teach or crafting a curriculum for you. In the Hub, we've got over 130 live subjects on offer from your English, maths and science, and then other very much interest-led lessons such as we've got 3D CAD design, Pokemon Club, we've got forensics, we've got theatre studies, astronomy, and all of our classes are either taught by professionals in the field or fully qualified teachers. And in terms of professionals in the field, it's things like Martin's got an MBE in astronomy, Rosie owns her own theatre school, and obviously teaches theatre studies amongst other classes in the Hub as well. And everybody is fully DBS checked through the Hub as well. So the Hub runs on an academic timetable, so from September through to July. And this is it on the screen here. Now, what you'll find is that it is colour-coded. So the classes run in blocks of 5 weeks. So across the academic year, it's 6 blocks of 5 weeks, with roughly 1 class running a week for most classes. GCSEs, sometimes you'll have a couple of classes a week, depending on the course and the syllabus. So the blocks are indicated in purple on the timetable, so you can see here. And then these lovely green weeks here are our catch-up week. So catch-up week is there as sort of a floating week if a lesson hasn't been able to take place during the block. So for example, a tutor could be unwell, there could have been a technical issue. Doesn't happen often, but that week is just there for us to catch up on any classes that have been missed. And also some of the GCSE classes do run into catch-up week purely just because of the content they have to cover. They need that extra week. The green stars on the timetable indicate when our live blocks go on sale. So at the end of a block, the classes will go up live for sale on the website again. So the next time that happens at the moment will be March the 29th, 2026. And what will happen is they go on sale at 9 AM in the morning. You'll be able to go online and hopefully bag yourself a live place. Okay. If you aren't worried about a live space and you would rather a recorded session, you can book these at any time. Okay, you don't have to wait for the sort of sales open window. Some classes are, or lots of classes are very popular, and some of them sell out at 9 AM, between 9 and 10 AM on that Sunday morning, just because they are really popular and people want that live space. So if it's a class you're particularly keen on getting a live space for, we do recommend getting on there nice and early on that Sunday morning. Oh, I've gone backwards. Sorry. There we go. That was our green stars. And then here with the pink stars, you will see that this is the deadline. So this is when the sales close for the live classes. So that will happen for the next block on the 19th of April. Okay, it closes at 9 PM in the evening, and that's just so that we can make sure that we get all the Zoom links out to everybody who's got a live place before the new classes start on that Monday. Okay. So green stars are when they go on sale and the pink stars are when the deadline is to sign up for a live place. If you do miss the deadline, you can still access the classes. It's just that they will be on recordings, and those recordings of the live lesson will be uploaded to the dashboard within roughly 24 hours of the live session happening. Okay, creating your account. So during this session, Hannah and I will be switching between sharing our presentation and the actual website. And this is just so that you guys can see it or we can show you how you will see it when you actually try to do it yourselves. So I'll just reshare my screen onto the website. There you go. Okay, so when you log into the website, you will see this screen. If you haven't got an account already, you still click the sign in button on the top right. There you go. And this will pop up. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this create a new account button. You'll click on there and this screen will pop up. So to create your new account, it asks you for a first and a last name. We do recommend setting this up in your child's name, mainly because at the end of every block, your child will be issued with a digital certificate, and the certificate will be issued with the name on the account. So if you put your name as the parent here, the certificate will be in your name, not the child's. There are different ways to fix it, which Hannah will cover later, but it's good if you're starting out just to put your child's name in there from the off. Second line down is the email address. Now this email address is where all of your receipts will go to for the lessons that you've purchased. Live links for classes to get onto the actual class itself will go to this email, as well as any important information from the hub. Some people choose to put their child's email in there if they want their child to be responsible for accessing their own lessons, etc. Other parents prefer to put a parental email in there. Okay. It'll then ask you to set up a password, and then underneath that, it'll ask you for a parent email. It doesn't matter if that's the same email address as the one above, but please do repop it in. And obviously, if you've used your child's email address above, please make sure that this is yours. The reason why we ask for this is just if we need to discuss something directly with the parent rather than with the child, we want to make sure that we're emailing the parent rather than the child. Nothing else will be sent to this email address. Okay, it's purely there if we need to contact a parent. So you won't get any live links, receipts, or any important information to the address that you pop in here. And lastly, then it will just ask you for your parent's name down here. Tick that you've read the terms of use and the sign up button, and then you'll have your account. Okay. Hannah's going to run through then everything else regarding the dashboard and things in a second. But I just quickly wanted to show you these as well. So as we get nearer to the next block being available for live sales, the admin team produce these sneak peek documents, and they're really handy. They'll give you information about when the lessons will be available to book. So this is obviously for the current block one. The new ones haven't come out yet. It'll give you a brief overview of how to book a lesson. When you scroll down, it'll give you a copy of the academic timetable for the year. And then you will have a timetable for the key stage of that sneak peek document. So there's 3 in total. We've got primary and early years, a secondary sneak peek document, and a GCSE one as well. And then when you scroll down a little bit further, you will see that all of the classes that appear on this timetable here are explained in a little bit more detail underneath. So it'll give you an overview of what is going to be covered in the next block and who the teacher will be. There's a lovely back to the timetable button, so if you need to click back up to see when the next lesson you're interested in is on the document. We do also have the course objectives on this document as well, so if you need to complete paperwork for your local education authority, feel free to copy and paste those into the paperwork you have to send to them. It'll tell you the specialist resources that you need. So here you can see that there's a grade 3 workbook suggested for Natalie's music theory class, just to give you a heads up, you'll need that. And then here it will talk to you, or give you a link to book the class. And then underneath there's a link to previous music theory blocks. This can be particularly helpful if your child really clicks with a teacher or with a set of lessons and you think they might want more of that lesson. You can click on there and it will bring up all the classes that have previously been covered. So it's a way of you being able to purchase other blocks by the same teacher or with the same theme. It also allows you, if, for example, with that one, that was grade three music theory, if you're looking through the sneak peek document and you think this sounds great, but I think my child needs the one before, you can just have a little look and you can see there's all the grade twos here as well and grade ones. Okay, right. I think I've handed over to you, Hannah.
I think so. Hello, everybody. I'm Hannah. I teach Paw Print Badges here in the Hub, and I am also a social pod moderator as well, which, in my opinion, is the best job ever. But Lydia will tell you a little bit more about that later on. So I'm going to show you around our website. And talk you through how to book lessons and what the dashboard looks like and so on. And also talk to you a little bit about our new AQA awards that we are offering through the hub too. So lots to cover, but hopefully all very helpful. So the first thing that I'm going to be showing you is I'm going to be walking you through our homepage for the website, looking at past classes that have happened and how to sign up to those, and also then how to search for a course as well using the search button. So if I was across to our website, you will see it here in all its glory. There's lots of information on here on our homepage. It talks to you about the £2 tuition hub and how it was set up, and it runs you through everything there really is to know about our lovely area of the internet. So there are three different styles of lessons that we have available with regards to the £2 tuition hub. We have our live lessons that take place each week that your child is able to join on Zoom. We also have recordings of those live lessons, which are our past classes, and then we have our anytime classes as well, and these are pre-recorded in the tutor's own time. So if I click on this past classes button just here, you will see that we've got a huge array of classes that have taken place. Now, all of these, as I say, are recordings of live lessons. So the tutor is there alongside students who have joined in live. You can see that they're all broken down into the different areas. So we have our primary section here at the top, broken down into, say, phonics, English, maths. We've got our sort of miscellaneous subjects as well further down. So there are so many different things for you to sort of have a browse of and look through. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, you can see we've got our secondary lessons as well. So you can see all of the English, math, science, and so on. If I was to click on one of these, so for example, if I click on, let's go for Key Stage 1 topic. You will see that you've got all of the past sessions of Key Stage 1 topic that have taken place. The first one that what appears is the current topic or the current block for Key Stage 1 topic. And all of the ones that you can see after that are previous blocks. In order to sign up to these, you would just click on the icon and you can read a little bit about the session. So, price, how long it is, and so on. There'll be a little summary of what happens during the session. And you would just click on this buy button. And it would then add it to your dashboard for you. I'll go through that in more detail when we look at the live section for buying classes, but that's how you would sort of buy any past classes if you were interested in doing that. You can also use the search bar just here in this past classes section. So if you found like that your child particularly gelled with a tutor and they became a little fan of that tutor, you would be able to find all of the other lessons that they might do here on the £2 tuition hub. So if I was to search for Lydia's name and I click search, you will be able to see all of the different things that Lydia teaches. So she teaches Art 11 plus, Bronze Arts Award 6 plus, art, fashion design, so many different things going on there. So that's one way as well of finding lessons that are done by, say, a favourite tutor. So let's sort of run through everything regarding the homepage, I feel. So the next thing that we're going to look at together is how to book. So If you want to book any of our lessons, you can do that again from our website. So if I go back to our website and I click on this section which says live classes, you will see there's a very big, long list of all of the different classes that we have available. Some really good little steps as well, which explains exactly how to book if you wanted to go over them again after this session today. Now, when our live sessions are available to book in that sort of 2 or 3 week block or whatever it might be, you will see a tick, a white tick in this column here. If there's a white tick, it means that you would be able to join in with the lessons live. If there isn't a white tick, but we're in the window of signing up to any live lessons, it's probably because they've sold out. So as Lydia was saying, it's really important that you do try and get on as quickly as possible if you want to guarantee yourself a live space. Another way of guaranteeing yourself a live space, though, is to sign up to the current block that's taking place at the moment, and you would then get sent a priority link, which we'll discuss in a little bit. But let's say, for example, you wanted to sign up, say for fashion design with Lydia, you would just click on this button just here. And again, it will show you all of the information that you need to know, starting times and so on, the summaries, a little bit about the tutor as well, so about Lydia here. And there's some also really lovely sort of testimonials underneath as well. If I click on this buy button, you will see that it's got the card details that you can input. If there was, say, several lessons that you wanted to sign up to, you do need to go through this process several times. We don't currently have a basket function, so it's really good if you've got like your details saved just to speed your way through it. But yes, you can either sign up using your card or using PayPal. And once you do sign up, you will get sent a confirmation email to your email address. And it will also get added to your dashboard for you as well. So let me show you. So I am going to show you my confirmation email that I've been sent for a different subject that I've already got on my dashboard, so that you can sort of see the process with regards to joining and so on. So the next thing that I will go through with you is how to join a live webinar if you have signed up to a live lesson. So if you've signed up to a live lesson, you will get sent a reminder email each week, but you'll also be sent a confirmation email as well. And that looks a little bit like this. Here we are. So this is the reminder email. You can access your lessons from your reminder email. You can also access them from your confirmation email. If I scroll down, you will see that we've got this button just here, which says join webinar. So all you would need to do at the time of the lesson is to click on that button and it will take you into the Zoom room. So that's how you would join a webinar live. So very easy. The next thing that I wanted to show you was how to become a panelist. So if you're again joining a lesson live, our lessons all have a moderator present. So there's a moderator there. And at the beginning of the lesson, the moderator's there to switch attendees to panelists. Now, if someone's joining a Zoom lesson and they are an attendee, they can still use the chat box and so on, but the tutor actually won't be able to see them or be able to interact with them. So if you feel that your child would like to interact with the tutor during a live lesson, they would need to become a panelist. So they would just need to use their sort of hands up reaction emoji button so that the moderator can see that they would like to be a panelist, and then they will be brought across, and then the tutor would then be able to sort of say hello to them, and if they want to answer any questions or anything like that, then they would be able to that way. So it's really important that if your child likes the idea of interacting, that they do that, and that they join promptly at the time of their lesson as well. Because if they raise their hand, say a little bit later on, maybe 10 or so minutes into the lesson, the moderator may not see that, or they might think they've got their hand up for a different reason. So it's really important that they're joining on time. Now, some children will find that when they're joining the Zoom, that they're actually joining with a parent's name rather than their own name. And that might be because the account has actually been set up in the parent's name rather than the child's. And we do often get asked how a child could rename themselves on Zoom so that the tutor is calling them by their own name rather than their parent. And it's really easy to be able to change a name on Zoom. So all you would need to do is either head to your reminder email or your confirmation email for the lesson, and you would click a cancel button. So I'll show you what that email looks like. So we're going back to the email where you would join that live lesson from. And just at the top here, you can see it says you can cancel your registration at any time. If you press on this cancel button, and if I scroll down, you will see that there's a button that says edit. So I can click on this button just here and go down again. And I can just change this name in the webinar registration. So I could change it to my daughter's. And then when we were joining that Zoom lesson, we would then be joining as my daughter's name rather than me. Okay, so quite easy to change it if you need to. Let's have a look where we're whizzing to next. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to our dashboard now to show you where the yoga lesson that I've signed up to has appeared, and show you how you can navigate that and watch the lessons once they've been uploaded onto the dashboard. So let's find my dashboard. I can show you how it works. So this is my dashboard, and you can see I've got lots of different lessons here on my dashboard to enjoy. And here is the adventures with Kate with the yoga. So when you are using the dashboard to interact with it, it's really important that you're clicking on the icon of the lesson and not this button that says see overview. If you click on that button, I'll show you what it does. So you can see that there's things in here. So if I was clicking on session one, I can see that there's a recording and so on, but I can't actually click on them. So it's actually taking you really back to the overview of the lesson from the website. Whereas if I go back to my dashboard and I click on the picture of it, you can see that I can interact with everything that's in here. If you do sign up to any courses that are taking place live at the moment and you'd like to get a live place, a really good way to do that is there might be some that are available, is just to fill out this form and our admin team will look through that. And if there is a space, they'll be able to add you on to the rest of the weeks with a live spot. So it's really worth doing that if you did sign up to anything that's taking place at the moment. Now in here, if I click on sort of session one, you will see that the session from week one has been uploaded into here. If there's anything you need as well, it will be written just here. So they've got the PowerPoint from the lesson that's been uploaded that you could take a look through if you wanted to, and you can download those as well. But it's also got the session recording too. So you'll see it just coming up here. So here's Kate. Anything that gets uploaded to the dashboard, you can actually download by pressing on this button just here. So you can watch it any time that you'd like to if you were going to be without Wi-Fi for whatever reason, or you want to sort of download it onto a different device. You can sort of whiz through as well. You can pause any recordings. You can also watch things on sort of 1.25 speed or something if that suits your child. If you want to slow things down, then you can as well. There's so many different options of things that you can do with the recording, and these are actually left on your dashboard. They never ever expire. So if you've got other children within your family who you think actually might like to access these in a couple of years' time when they get a little bit older, they'll still be there for you, which is really, really great too. So that's a little bit about the dashboard. And what you can also do is you can complete any lessons that you do. So you can mark them as complete, and then it will sort of, what's the word? You can see at the top here where it says 0% complete. When you do mark, say, something as complete, I can't see it at the moment. I don't know whether it's because my screen, anything's covering it at the bottom. I think it probably says it there, but I can't see it because there's things covering it up. Oh yeah, there it is. There we go. It will then, and I mark this one as complete. It will show it as complete. And then when I go back here, you can now see that there's 22% of the course is being completed. Once this fills up and you get to 100% complete, your child will be given a certificate to show that they've joined in with the session. If you wanted to say print that off for your records for whatever reason, or if your child would like to display it somewhere, then that's a lovely thing that you have the option to do as well. So yes, so that's how you would find any of your sort of recordings on your dashboard, and they do get uploaded normally within 24 hours of the lesson taking place. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be looking at, oh, we've looked at our dashboard, that's all good, is talking about priority links. So as I said, you will get sent a priority link in an email at week 5 of the block. And this will be a way of you being able to sort of guarantee your space on the next block before they go live on sale to the general public. You'll either get sent an email, which looks a little bit like the one that's displaying just here, or you will be able to find that priority link on your dashboard. So if I showed you a previous course that I've completed, just here, the karate one. And I go into where it says booking information at the bottom. It will say link to the next block. So you'll be able to find the next block link there if you didn't get an email for whatever reason. And you can also see, oh, I've completed it already, so that's why it says get your certificate. But the certificate looks like this if you do complete a course. So it's very lovely and colourful. So yes, there we are. So the next thing I wanted to chat to you about is our pre-recorded classes. So our we have pre-recorded classes as well as live classes and recordings of live classes. Now there's a lovely variety of pre-recorded classes, and you can find these again on our website. So you can find these by clicking on the button at the top that says pre-recorded classes, or if we go back to the home page, you can also click on anytime classes and you can get to the same place. Now, as I said, these are recorded in the tutor's own time, so there are no interactions with any students. And basically you can, if you did sign up to one of these, you get all 5 lessons in one go. So if you wanted to sort of binge watch them, then you can. But there's loads and loads of different things. As you can see, we've got German lessons on here, lots of Taylor Swift inspired lessons, Vet Detectives, which is a really popular one. There's archaeology, all sorts of amazing things, computer aided design that you would be able to sort of take a look at, and Piano 5 Plus for beginners. Yeah, it's a great way if you wanted to sort of binge anything, or you wanted to take your time, going through the sessions and the blocks. You could do those pre-recorded classes just to get yourself started as well. There we go. So, AQA Unit Awards. This is the exciting bit. So we have just become an AQA Unit Awards Centre, which is really, well, we're just mega excited about it, in all honesty. Now, what that means is that you can do any AQA Unit Awards through the hub. There are 22,000 different AQA Unit Awards that you can choose from, and these range from zoology to Roblox to conservation. There's loads and loads of different things that you might want to take a look at. I think there's lots in sort of hair and beauty and all sorts of different things. Now, by sort of joining the £2 Tuition Hub as an AQA Unit Award Centre, you can sort of do them in 2 ways, the unit awards. So you would first of all register with us, and you would register the number of people that were signing up to want to do these unit awards. At the moment, with the number of people that we've had sign up already, we're able to offer the registration fee to you as £10.66 per person. This might change, say for the next academic year, but for this academic year up until September, it's £10.66 to register, which is amazing. It's actually, I think, over half price than what you could pay if you were signing up individually. Now, once you've sort of registered, you'll have like a candidate number and so on. And then there's two different ways of being able to complete the unit awards. So you could either complete the unit award at home, so you could work through it yourselves, and then you would submit your evidence to show that you have completed that award to us, and we would have someone that would look through that, and then you would then get sent a very lovely certificate, which comes from AQA. It's printed on lovely, sort of sturdy certificate paper with a little hologram at the bottom. From AQA, which is very lovely and something to really sort of showcase all your children, or yours, because anyone can do it, any age. Hard work in a particular subject. So that's one way of completing them. Another way to complete them is through us. So we have got some amazing learning shows. And at the moment, there are three on offer, but there's going to be lots and lots more over the forthcoming sort of weeks. And at the moment, we've got, I think it's the Science of Slithering. We've got an amazing one, which is all about planning a holiday, which is actually sort of like a mathematics one. And then we've got this one that you can see on here over here, Humans Before History, which is sort of looking at the Stone Age to the Iron Age. So yeah, they're very exciting, and by the time your child has sort of completed the learning show, it's a block of 5 lessons, so similar to what you would sign up with if you were going to do one of our live sort of class blocks, with the sixth week being where your child could come along and sort of show all of their amazing learning with the tutor sort of there present. So yes, so they would then, upon completing that block, or the learning shows, they would then get sent their certificate that way. Now, we do have a WhatsApp group that you could join, and that's where loads of information has been sent regarding the AQA Awards. And it's a lovely way of sort of meeting the community and asking one another questions, and maybe sort of sharing any awards that you're doing or so on together. So if you did want the link for the AQA Unit Awards, please let us know, and we would be able to pop that in the chat for you. So yeah, oh, sorry, I should say actually about the AQA Unit Awards as well. When you are joining in with the learning show, there is an interactive booklet that your child could complete as they're going along. So there's some examples here of the one from the Science of Slithering. So you can see that there's sort of box filling exercises. They might need to write a sentence, or there might be some drag and drop, or joining things up, or matching, all sorts of different things in those interactive booklets. And the tutor does get to see those as well. So it's another way of sort of submitting any evidence towards the unit. So yes, I think I'm going to hand back to the lovely Lydia now, who's going to tell you about doing GCSEs in the £2 tuition hub.
Yeah. Right, I'll just get my screen back up now. Here we go. So, for all things, if you're considering IGCSE, GCSEs, functional skills, or the arts qualifications with the Hub, we have a really good resource library for you to look at. Now, the way to access this, or one of the ways to access it, is on your dashboard. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see this All Products button. And if you click on there, this will pop up. And you can see, third one along, it says I/GCSEs. So if you click on there, and then right at the top, there'll be this IGCSE/GCSE info library. It's completely free to enroll. If you click on it, you also say enroll for free, and this will pop up. Just going to scroll back up to the top here. Let's click on this one. So right at the top here, you will find the open evening, if you like, virtual open evening of where all the tutors come along and discuss their subjects, what they involve, exam boards, everything you could possibly need to know. The recording of this is quite long. It's 2 hours long. We don't expect you to sit and watch the whole thing. Underneath, the lovely admin team have been really kind and they've put the time that each teacher talks about their subject or which subject they're talking about if they teach multiple. So if we look here, you can see at 23 minutes, we'll be able to scroll through and see the lovely Lindsay and Lily talking about the history course. Oh, I feel like it's one of those games where you've got to get it just right. There we go. So if they press play, you can see then at the top, there's Lily, and she's discussing all things history. Okay. So you can hear the tutor talking directly about the subject, and then underneath here, there's a whole library about each of the subjects. So you've got the arts awards here, you've got business, economics, you've got the languages courses, environmental management, all the different ones, including the functional skills as well. Now, if we click on one of these, if I click on business, and it opens it up the drop-down menu, what you'll find here is that the first thing is a taster of that lesson. So you can watch this completely free. That way your child can get sort of an introduction to the course, see if they're going to enjoy it, see if they click with a tutor, and it's something that they want to continue with and sign up for before you commit and pay for the block. You'll also find in there any textbook details. So if there's any resources or suggested textbooks that the tutor knows that you're going to need, they'll also pop those in there as well. Question we get asked a lot about is the exam boards and the exam booking codes. You can find those for each subject in this library as well. Okay. And then you'll also find links from previous blocks. Okay. Now the links from the previous blocks are there because we often get asked if children can sit a GCSE in a year. And the answer is they can. They absolutely can. They can either do the recorded blocks of the previous 2 years and sort of watch them simultaneously to be able to cover the content in a year, or they could choose to opt for one of the years, either year one or year two, recorded from the previous year, and then watch this year's year one or year two live, and again, watch them simultaneously so that they can cover all the content needed in a year. While we're just chatting about questions and things coming in, we get so many messages in the hub coming in, both via messenger and email. And as an admin team, we've all got our personal Facebook accounts and Facebook messengers, and even the hub one. So I'm Lydia Hub, for example, in the Facebook group, and I get lots and lots of messages coming through to there, as do all members of the admin team. Now, if one of us is on holiday or we're unwell or we're not working for any reason, sometimes because of the volume of messages that come through Messenger, they can get missed. The way to contact us, the best way, is to email us admin@the2poundtuitionhub.com. The reason for that being is that all of us have access to the same email address. It's run like hot desk, it's a ticketed email system so that somebody will pick up your email. So if one of us is off or away or on holiday, somebody is going to pick up your email. So if you do have a question for us, please, please, please email it in rather than being tempted to send it by Facebook Messenger. Hannah and I have started helping to answer that email, the emails that come into there, and I've actually been using this GCSE library lots and lots to answer all the GCSE questions, because as the art teacher in the hub, I didn't know about GCSE business, for example, or GCSE science. So it really is a really good fountain of information for all things GCSE and functional skills and arts award. So if you've got a question about IGCSEs or any of those courses, do please have a little look here. And if you still can't find the answer, obviously email in and we'll be able to help you with any information that you need. Okay, with that in mind, the information sharing, I just want to go to the Facebook group. So every week we send out a weekly email, sometimes on a Friday, sometimes it comes out Saturday morning. And it'll give you information about the following week. So resources that your children will need for their classes, if there's any important information or new pre-recorded blocks have been released, it's all in that email. But you can also find it in our featured section on our Facebook page. If I just scroll down here, you'll see there's this featured section. There we go. what you'll need for week 3. So this was the email that was sent out last week for this current week. And you can see that it's got lots of different information in there, and it's also got the resources needed for next week in a PDF document. So in terms of knowing what you need for the classes, you can have a little look in this featured section on the Facebook page. There'll also be the resources on your dashboard, as Hannah showed earlier, and it'll come out via email as well. Okay. I think there was on here, yes, so there's information about the webinars, free tasters as well. So it's always worth having a good look at that featured section. And then I think that leads me on to the lovely social pods, which Hannah and I are very biased about. So the social pods are like a hidden part of the dashboard that until you've signed up for the social pods, you can't see. They're underneath your classes. In fact, what I should have done is go back to my dashboard to show you where they are. They are underneath your classes on your dashboard. So here are all of my classes at the top, and then I scroll down and there's this My Community section will appear. Okay, so to gain access to this and to have this added onto your dashboard, you need to have a welcome call with myself and Hannah. They're run via Zoom and they last maximum 15 minutes. And during the call, we'll show you and your child around the social pod, show you how they work and get them all set up. But each one of those boxes that you saw on my dashboard then, when you click on there, it opens up almost like a messenger feed. Think like a Facebook group, but it's safer version. You can't private message. Hannah and I moderate it. And it's a way of the children having a safe introduction to this idea of keeping in touch, almost like social media. And they can chat to their friends, they can post pictures, say what they've been up to. And in addition to that, we also run weekly live calls. So there's an example of the timetable on the left-hand side of the screen there. So these run during the blocks. So when the children have got their live lessons, the social pod timetable runs alongside. They're all really informal, so the children can pop in and out as they want to. If they're late, that's fine. If they need to leave early, that's fine. If they're still eating their breakfast, it's just lovely to see them when they want to pop in and say hi, really. Okay, so we do things like quizzes, we have Roblox chat, Minecraft chat, weekly goal setting. There's lots and lots going on as well. And sometimes if it's coming up to Easter or Christmas, we'll have some themed weeks as well, which are always fun. And lastly, we hold in-person meetups. So the picture in the middle here is of the lovely Diane and Amy at our Not Back to School picnic that we held in Weston-super-Mare a couple of years ago now. But the social events or the meetups are becoming more and more. So we've got a prom this year for our GCSE students who are finishing. And we've got our first family weekend away in the Lake District in October as well. So we're really starting to push the in-person meetups and making our social events even better. That's the social pods. Which just leads us to a quick recap. So the classes, as the name suggests, £2 tuition hub, are £2 per class per family. Okay, so most blocks cost £10 because there's 5 classes in each block. Some blocks, like the GCSE classes, they might be a little bit more expensive, but just because there's more lessons in the block, it still works out as £2 per class per family. All classes are recorded, which you get to keep forever on your dashboard. So if you've got younger siblings, as Hannah said, who might want to access that course as they get a little bit older, it will still be there for them to access as well. All resources and recordings can be found on your dashboard. If you get a live place, your link will be sent through to you automatically via email, and you'll also get that weekly reminder roughly an hour before the class starts. It's great, it's what I use to get onto my lessons. Your child doesn't need their camera or microphone on during the classes, they can keep them off. Pre-recorded classes are recorded in the tutor's own time, so there won't be any chat from other students participating in the lesson. All tutors are either fully qualified teachers or professionals in other areas. And finally, the social pods are the social side of the hub. And the social pods cost £10 per year per child as well. And I think that brings us to the end. So I will stop sharing my screen. There we go.
Sorry, Lydia.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to add, because something I've realised that I missed out
Mhm.
regarding the AQA unit awards is that you'd obviously pay that £10.66 as your registration fee, and then you would pay additional to submit your learning if you are doing it from home, or you would pay, I think it's £10, isn't it, for
And
one of the blocks that you would do the AQA unit award through the hub with. So it would be that £10.66 registration fee plus then the cost of the unit, whether that's at home for it to be marked and assessed and so on, and for you to get your certificate back to you, or it would be that £10 block plus then the fee for marking and your certificate. Okay, so
yeah,
sorry. I just wanted to add that bit on.
well, thank you for remembering. Okay, well, hopefully you've all found that really helpful. If you do have any questions or you want any links for anything we've mentioned, just pop us an email, admin@thetutorinstitutionhead.com, and hopefully we will see you in the hub very soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.